Hi, I'm Gurnek Chhatwal, and today I'm going to be reading to you the chapter 5 of Bob. I hope you enjoy it. Chapter 5, Livy. It's hard to sleep through the night in Australia, especially when Bob is eating potato chips right next to the bed. I wouldn't say this to his face, but Bob looks sort of creaturous, as if he might scarf down his food like a dog or something. But from the sound of it, he's actually a very neat eater. The problem is that he crinkles the bag a lot. Under the covers thinking, I like to think like this sometimes when nobody knows I'm awake. And what I'm thinking about is what to do about Bob. Bob thinks I can help him find his home. He waited for me in Grand's closet for 5 years. But where did he come from? The first thing Bob can remember is the chicken coop. So maybe we should start there. We've got to figure out how Bob can go outside without anyone seeing him. How does a green guy blend into a place where nothing is green anymore? Everything around Grand's house is kind of dry and brownish. I don't think the chicken suit is going to work. How could Bob ever pass for a chicken? The bed crinkling stops suddenly, and I say that out loud. I sit up. Bob is standing right next to the bed and looking at me with sad eyes. He's just tall enough to rest his green chin on the mattress. Don't worry, Bob says. This chicken suit has never failed me. I looked at him. He's got the hood on and zipped up everything, but one of the shoulders of the chicken suit has slipped off again. He's squeezing the potato chip bag. I see that he taped a couple of loose feathers to his arm, and they're sticking out in 3 directions in a way that a real chicken feathers would never do. Ever do. But I decided to be optimistic. Dad says being optimistic is when you decide everything will probably be okay, even if you don't exactly know how. Like when my soccer team was losing 7-0, and Dad had us put our hands together and chant, "We are the champions," before the second half started, so I smiled. Bob smiles back. That's better. You look almost like the old Livy. And he pops the top of his orange soda. There's only one me, Bob, he slurped. Then he burped. I sighed. We lost that soccer game. I think the final score was 12-1. Only one more night until Mom leaves with Best Anna. A bad feeling starts in my stomach. I tell it to go away, but that just makes it bigger. I look at Bob again. He spent more time than 1,000 nights in the house without his mother. He's watching me munching away. I want to promise that I'm going to get him home, wherever home is for Bob. But what if I can't? Suddenly, I'm looking at the back of him. Bob can move fast. The closet door closes behind him. At the same moment, the bedroom door slings open, and Mom sticks her head in. She smiles. Didn't you think you would be able to sleep through the night? Those magpies, aren't they amazing? They sound like cute robots from the first Star Wars movie. I listen, and there is a funny bird warble from outside. A lot of bird warbles actually, they kind of do sound like R2-D2. Mom sits on the edge of the bed and puts one hand on my forehead like she's feeling for a fever. I want her to leave that hand there forever. You doing okay? She asks. Sure, I tell her. We're probably both playing the same moves in our head. 1. Me getting picked up from Miles' house at 9 o'clock the last 2 times I tried to sleep over. Me getting picked up in the middle of Audrey Miller's slumber party. Me getting picked up from school trip to Newport. That one was a long drive for Dad. Ever since Beth Anna was born, I can't sleep without knowing Mom or Dad is there. I'll only be gone for 6 nights, Mom says, and Gran is family. I know that. You should be fine, Mom says. That only makes me feel worse. I flip over so that my face is in the pillow, even though it means that Mom takes her hand away, because I know I should be fine. I know there's no reason to feel worried. But the stomach ache shows up anyways. Mom squeezes my shoulders and says, "My brave girl," which is the last thing I feel like. I feel her weight leave the bed. Breakfast in a few minutes, sweetie. As soon as she's gone, I hear the closet door open. I lift my head and Bob is back where he was before. No food this time, just big eyes, Bob. I say, "I'm not going to leave you alone again. I promise." A few hours later, we're standing at the kitchen door, looking across Gran's yard to the kitchen house. Maybe Mom has taken the baby into town for some shopping, and Gran has walked over to the neighbor's farm in Massachusetts. It takes about 30 seconds to walk from our door to the neighbor's house. But at Gran's, it's a long walk. It's a good thing no one's home, because if Bob insisted on going down Gran's backstairs on his butt 6 times, it turned out we did have a name for it. It's called butt bumping, and it hurts. Maybe I had more padding when I was 5. Looks like the coast is clear, I say, scanning the dusty yard. I told you, it doesn't matter about the coast. The chicken soup works perfectly. Can't even look at him. We spent the last 20 minutes taping every loose feather in the closet to Bob's back, and the chicken suit looks dumber than ever. Don't think that way, Lizzie, Bob says. We have to think positive thoughts. I blink. Are you reading my mind or something? Because that is the second time that's happened. He reaches up to poke my nose. I am reading your face. Deep breathe. Okay, I tell him. Let's go. We head out, just me and a small green mystery wearing a chicken suit into the sunlight. 3 steps across the yard, I glanced down at Bob and burst out laughing. Now what? He asked. Why are you laughing? I'm laughing at the way you're walking like this. I do some fast little jumps, pumping my knees up into the air and landing on my toes. But that is quick steps, Bob says, looking hurt. And what's this? I demonstrate again, still doing those crazy knees while I'm also kind of lunging to the left and then to the right. He sniffs. That is the side to side. We start walking, but after a few steps, I have to stop again. I'm laughing so hard. What's this? Part 4. I stick my head as far out on my neck as I can, then pull it back, out back, out back, out back. This is the head poke, he says impatiently. Am I doing something wrong? This is a chicken walk you taught me. Are you kidding? I have no idea how to walk like a chicken. No offense, but Dorky, you did teach me. You wanted the chickens to see what they did, and then you taught me how to walk like a chicken. The old lady taught me. I look over at the chickens pecking in the chicken yard. Really? Weird. Let me see it again. Bob walks out in front of me, knees pumping, stepping left and right and pecking at the ground. I glance at the chickens again, and then back at Bob. You know what? That's actually a pretty good chicken walk, because I realize it is. I can see him smile, even though he is still in full on chicken mode. Bob smiles with his whole head. It makes the sun feel warmer. Yes, he says to the dirt. It is a very good chicken walk that the old lady taught me. There's only one me, I tell him. If you say so, he says, hello! There is a man walking towards us down Gran's long driveway. It takes me a few seconds to notice the boy walking next to him. Maybe he's 6 or 7. I look at Bob and realize how crazy it was that we ever thought this could work, because Bob is a green mystery creature covered in orange cloth, tape and feathers, pecking kind of desperately down in the dirt. I hope he'll just keep his face down. Maybe I can pass him off as my strange little brother. The man and the boy smile all the way to where we're standing. Hi, I say, jumping and waving as I can distract them from Bob by acting like a weirdo. The boy waves shyly and looks at his feet. The man booms. You must be famous, Olivia. His voice is super friendly, but his face is nervous. You got big. I almost didn't recognize you. He's twisting a white envelope in his hand. Yes, I'm Olivia. I'm still jumping. I don't want to take his eyes off of me. If he sees Bob, he might call the police or something. Happy little thing, aren't you? Yes, I say. I'm kind of happy. I start hopping on my right foot only. It must be working because neither of them is looking at Bob. He laughs, then catches himself and looks at the envelope in his hands. He seems surprised to see that it's bent and starts trying to flatten it out. Is your gran at home? No, I say, switching to my left foot and hopping a little faster. She went over to the neighbors. The harder I hope, the harder Bob pecks in the dirt. The man laughs again. Well, we are the neighbors. Oh, ha! I switch back to the right foot. Is everything all right? He asks. You don't need anything, do you? Like the toilet, maybe? In Australia, they say toilet for bathroom. I know this because I've spent a lot of time back home trying to teach my mama not to say toilet for bathroom. No need for the toilet. Haha, I'm just getting some exercise. Hopping is great exercise. This is how we exercise in the United States. I don't let my eyes look at Bob. I'm still pecking furiously. Exercise? Huh? Maybe must be something new. We'll probably meet you. We'll probably meet your gran in the road. I'm thinking, but if we don't catch you, can you tell her that Danny and I came by to see her? This is when I notice that Danny is staring at Bob. Sure, I say, switching legs. I'll tell her. And he looks at the envelope in his hand, like it's telling him something he doesn't want to hear. Could you give her this for me? Okay, still hopping. I reach out for the envelope, but then pulls it back. Never mind, I'll give it to her. Let's go, Danny. We have cows to milk. They start back down the driveway, and I see the man pat the small head of Danny, who looks back over his shoulder and quietly says 2 words, nice chicken. I stop hopping and stand there, breathing hard. I look at Bob. His orange hood pulled tight to his round face, the red felt chicken comb flopping over to one side of his head, and one chicken feather stuck up and down his arm with big X's of scotch tape. He stands up straight and puts one hand on his hip. I told you the suit works. It works every time, but how? Forget the chicken walk. I said, let's just get to the chicken house before someone else shows up. I grab Bob's hand and we run his hand in my hand. Feels similar and comfortable. It will like a girl. Her not some fake chicken should. The chickens are walking around in the chicken yard, which is fenced in with wire. They're walking back and forth in a group and pecking in the dirt. There are a lot of loose feathers around. Bob is shoving them into his pockets. Your chicken suit has pockets? I asked. Of course. I look a little more closely in the daylight. The chicken suit looks very familiar. Are those my old PJs? Bob nods. Of course. I remember then, now, fuzzy orange PJs with a hood. I guess that explains how I made Bob's chicken suit when I was only 5. All I needed was a bottle of glue and a lot of feathers and some red felt for the chicken comb. Let's go back to the first thing you remember. I tell Bob, exactly where did I find you? He points to the little wooden chicken house that sits against one side of the fence. And there, Bob slips through the doorway without a problem. But for me, it's a squeeze. Inside the chicken house, there's barely room to stand up. There's not much light and not much to see. Just water pans and straw and chicken poop and more feathers. Anything look familiar? I asked Bob. He looked around. Oh yes, he said. Very familiar. It is just the way I remember it. It's kind of smelly, I say. Bob nods. And this is where we met for the first time, he thinks. This is the first thing I remember about anything. This place and you. It's almost like he hatched from one of the chicken eggs. I take a long look at Bob. No way he came from a chicken. Maybe there's a passageway or something. Bob's face lights up. Yep, a secret passage to home. You feel around over there. I told him I'll check this side. We both dropped our knees and start patting the ground. As soon as we start moving the straw around, a lot of gross dust grows up into my nose and into my eyes. After a while, I hear Bob say, I use this door. Through what? The door, he points to it. I used the door to come in, not a secret passageway. Why didn't you say so? I wipe my face and my hands are so dirty that it just makes things worse. It's really gross in here, Bob. Why did you come here in the first place? Do you think you are running away from something? Bob thinks, tilting his head so that his chicken comb flops in the other direction. No, he said, I came here because I was warm. Were you cold? No, she says, you were cold. I was cold. You were shivering. Why was I shivering? Because it was almost winter and you were soaking wet. Okay, I hope you enjoyed chapter 5 of Bob. And chapter 6 will be out in a couple of days. Bye.